Um, I would say ultimately it comes from maybe a bit of a fear of failure, right?
Okay.
I'd say at a core level. Um, and so on the flip side of that, then I don't really want to do anything half-assed, right? Like it's more worthwhile to do something full tilt
Mhm.
than it is to just do it mediocrely and never really even find fulfillment from it, right? So I think that's kind of what drives that decision.
So in the last 2 years, rough numbers, what have you spent on getting better, money wise? Let's talk
Last
money.
2 years,
Last 2 years.
um, including training fees and travel, it's probably about 40K.
So 40 grand over the last couple of years.
Yeah,
And guys, it's coaching, it's our CSA that you're in, it's
Yeah.
travel, it's going to, whether it's a free event that we do and you happen to show up.
yeah.
Like, what is it that makes you hop on a plane and want to go somewhere and hang out with people, other than the fact that you might like to travel?
Yeah, like I love it. Yeah. Like I mean, that's first and foremost. I love traveling. But two, like if I can get out of my office and get
Mhm.
out of the day to day, it pulls your mind to see things differently, but whether by different perspective or to see it in an aerial view. So instead of seeing 2 feet in front of you, you get to see 10,000 feet all the way around,
Mhm.
bird's eye view. And then you just get to meet cool people, and you dive into a conversation with somebody who's at these places wanting
Yeah.
to get better too, and like you help them and they help you and things skyrocket.
So tell us about the $300 a night hotel.
Oh yeah,
Like, because that was like instrumental in some ways for you, I think.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
this dude, where were you? You went to New York,
We were in New Jersey.
New Jersey,
Yeah,
and everyone's staying at this hotel, and you weren't. You didn't have a room there yet, but you ended up staying
yeah,
there.
yeah. I didn't have a room.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to Jersey. I didn't have a room or anything. I just like went down there, and then whatever was gonna happen was gonna happen. And so we get down there, and I got picked up at an airport with another individual by a friend, and at one point I asked, where everyone was staying, and they said, "Oh, we're staying at this like nice resort." I think it was about a 4 star.
4-star hotel or resort
Yeah,
or whatever.
had a nice indoor pool, had an outdoor patio thing. Like
Mhm.
it was quite nice, and and they said, but there's a cheap motel down the road. It was like $100 a night or something like that. But the place they were staying at was like 300, 350, somewhere around there. I don't remember what it was,
Okay.
but and so I contemplated for a moment whether I was going to go to the motel by myself.
Down the street.
They were going to drop me off and go to the other place, and then they were obviously. I just knew that they were going to have beers, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was only for one night. So I thought, no, I'm just, I'm going to get to go there, like. And so I made a commitment. I went in there, and then I spent the $350 it was for the night. And then I sat with, I think there was 4 of us plus myself,
Mhm.
and the other 4 have been around for a long time. And
So more experienced contractors,
Yeah.
people that have been in our world for a while,
yeah,
doing stuff, and you were kind of new to our world, right?
yeah, I
At the
was
time.
new. So
You were the
everyone
new
else
guy.
was in our group
Right,
for at
right,
least 3 years.
right. Okay.
Well, since it started, it was about 3 years at
Yeah,
that point.
2015. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I mostly just listened as we were drinking, having a couple beers, and I pulled out a couple of nuggets, and it was just, I mean, it was worth the $350 to
Right.
get a couple gold nuggets and hang out with some real winners.
So this is one of the hardest things for people. I remember when I hired my first, and guys, this is not a video about hiring a coach. This is a video about your mindset. Okay. But I remember hiring my first coach. It was like 10 or 12 grand a year or something like that. And I got like one phone call a month, and I'm like, what? I'm doing the math, right? I'm like, that's
Yeah.
this much per call and shit
Yeah.
like that. And I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was truly terrified because at the time I didn't have the money.
Yeah.
I did not have it. And so what if,
Well, can I say, I mean,
Yeah.
when you're in that position, you don't.
right,
Like no one ever does.
Right.
Like if you had the money, then you probably don't even need it to some degree. Not to
In
say
some
that you
cases,
never
in
need.
some cases,
Not
yeah.
to say you never need help.
Right.
You probably always need help.
Right.
But
but I remember biting the bullet, making it happen. And in that first year, I made an additional like $120,000. So I threw like 10 or 12 grand in, 12 grand, I think it was, 15 with travel because we traveled a little. And then at the end of the year, I actually did less in sales, but I did 120 grand more in profit.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't happen without that coach.
Yeah.
So what do you tell the guy who might be, or the person who might be watching this now that goes, I know I need some help. I can't make sense I don't have two nickels to rub together. What do you tell that person? And again, it's not go and hire Reber and the Contractor Fighter or the CSA.
You should, but
you should. Yeah. Well, yeah, you should. I got to be my own biggest fan. But I also know that sometimes it's just, I mean, I think back, I went to this marketing event one time that I had no business going to. Like I had to scrape some money to get to go. Mm-hmm. And just being in the room, I like sponged. I can't say that word. Sponged some shit that I'm applying now, like 8 years later, 10 years later, 12 years later, whatever the hell it is, I don't even know, because I found a way to get into the room. Mm-hmm. So what do you tell a guy that's like in that situation?
Just do it.
What do you tell yourself? How do you justify it? Because you're a logical guy.
Yeah.
This guy's a logical guy. He's a thinker.
Very.
He's very cranialism. Okay.
Yeah, highly
Obviously,
analytical.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know the word. But
well, even in that aspect, like you can't analyze those decisions because you can't even quantify something you haven't done yet.
Huh?
So like you can't put a number on, like, for example, okay, it costs you 10 grand for coaching,
right?
But you can't put any logic to it because you don't even know what the ROI is going to be until you do it.
And you may never know because you have a whole lifetime ahead of you, and right. You are the sum of all these things through your life.
But that's why there's the compound effect. So 1%, or so let's say 2% year after year. Next thing you know, a couple of years, it's like 50%. There's a math for it. I don't know what it is, but it's basically works like that. So yeah, I would just say just do it like Nike and find something you like, find something that resonates with you, and just jump at it. And then as you continue to jump and jump and jump to the next thing, then it just keeps compounding, right?
Yeah. So all right, 2 questions, and we'll wrap this up tonight. One's about the CSA, one's about coming here. Mm-hmm. All right. You've been in the CSA 2.5? 2?
2 years.
So you joined early 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And it's funny. I remember seeing your name on like Instagram and social media and stuff. You'd like shit and you'd follow stuff. And then one day, like you just joined.
Yeah.
And then here you are, like we're hanging out. So it's pretty cool. So I know this is tough because what is one of your biggest takeaways from joining the Contractor Sales Academy? See, I know you love being on the spot.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to ask you, what is one of your biggest takeaways from being here for a couple of days with me? So that's the next question. So your brain can start working on that.
Biggest takeaway from the CSA. The power of a tribe that is working towards the same goal, just in maybe it looks a different way, is super powerful. Right. So the fact that I can just call up 10 different people across North America on my cell phone and ask them a question that I'm having a problem with and get maybe 10 different perspectives, but maybe the one that works for me, that's like, you only get that from a tribe, from a group of people.
Right. You know, one of the things I hear about people that are in other groups that come to the CSA is how, and this is you guys, this isn't me and Steve and Derek, truly it's you guys, it's the people, is how, and I hate this word because it's overused, but it's how authentic the group is.
Yeah.
Like it's truly, I mean, we have within the group, we have a weight loss group. We have
the Whole Foods.
The Whole Foods thing. Like it's crazy because you were saying today, you're like, dude, it's not really just the Contractor Sales Academy. It's like, it's so much more than sales.
Yeah.
But you joined for sales, you know? So, all right. So you've been hanging out here for a day and a half, 2 days now. You fly home tomorrow.
Yeah.
You made a decision to hop on a plane from Toronto. You got delayed and switched to another flight. Couldn't fly into Colorado Springs, had to fly into Denver. Inconvenienced. You come down here. We're hanging out in sunny Colorado where obviously the weather's nice here.
Yeah, really nice.
It's like
it's a good
60 something
change.
today.
Yeah.
Like what, and I know you're still processing because we're just wrapping up. We got your whole workbook over there and stuff that we've been going through, but what are you walking away with here? You know, what's one or two things that you're like, crap, this is moving me in the right direction?
Yeah, so I would break it up into two things. Number one, takeaway of coaching, one-on-one coaching in general, right? So, I mean, that when you're inside the situation, you can't always see the outside big picture.
Mm-hmm.
So having, again, that outside counsel to help guide you. I mean, you're always making the decision, but the outside counsel's helping organize your thoughts, which is really important. So that would be my takeaway about coaching. I find it, of course, it's extremely valuable. But from the takeaway from our session would be having the ultimate goal for what I want the business to look like in 5 and 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then narrowing that down to what we can do in 1 year,
Right?
but towards that goal. And so obviously I'm coming away with 6 things. We narrowed it down to 6 things that would get me to the 10-year goal. Ultimately, I think that's what we said,
Right.
10 year.
Yep.
So that's the takeaway.
What was huge about those 6 things when you were putting those on the paper over there a minute ago, you were like, well, actually, I can get this one done in the next 2 weeks. I can get this.
Yeah.
Like almost all 6 things are going to be done in like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy because there's a saying, I don't know if you ever heard this, most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can accomplish in 10 years.
Yeah.
And if you just break it down, you know, what's the next, here's the lighter, you know, what's the next domino? What's that first domino that's going to lead to getting to where I want to go? So,
Right.
Well, listen, man, I want to give you props. This guy, seriously, I have all the respect in the world for a 27-year-old dude who, like the humility that you have shown at your age is mind blowing to me. Like anytime a young person comes into what we're doing, because most young people are like, oh, I'll figure it out. I'm different. I did that. I was that guy. Like the job I sold, the first big job I sold as a painter many years ago was $28,000. It cost me $45,000 to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everybody was telling me when I sold that job, stay away from that house. Don't work at that house. Don't, all these other contractors, like, you're going to get hosed. And I'm like, I'm different. I know what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
I was that guy and you're not that guy.
Well, I'm
Not always, at least.
Like when I was 22 and we started, I was that guy. Right. And then life humbles you really quickly. And then as soon as you seek help and join a group, find a tribe and then get coaching, then you get humbled even more. And then, but you have to in order to get to the ultimate goal. So,
well, man, glad you're here.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. Hey, if you're in Toronto or around Kitchener.
Yep.
Kitchen, it's like spelled Kitchener.
Yeah, kitchen, but so Kitchener.
Maybe you want to hire his company.
Yes,
maybe you're
please.
A builder watching this, or maybe you are an FW who's looking to work for somebody cool who has a future for you in your business or whatever it is. Hit up Michael Garcia. Which website?
SoaresLandscaping.ca. SOARES.
SOARES.
Landscaping.ca.
CA.
That's right.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're gonna head out. We're gonna go play board games with my daughter now.
Yes.
That's what you get to do when you come to Colorado. You get to hang with me and my family. All right. We'll see you.
All right.
Thanks,
see you guys.
man. All right. Hasta la pasta, cuervo de noche, and all those other Portuguese and Spanish words. So he's from Portuguese, by the way. So can you speak that?
I'm not fluent.
Say something. Give us something, man.
Okay. Ciao, amigos.
What's that mean?
See you, friends.
How do you say it?
Ciao.
Ciao.
Yeah. Amigos.
Amigos.
Yeah, or amigos would be the Spanish pronunciation. Okay. Yeah.
And if you really want to entertain yourself, he didn't see this. I showed him for the first time today the Geico commercial with Marco Polo playing Marco Polo in the pool. He laughed his ass off. It was funny. All right. And he had ice cream today, too.
Yep, I did.
You had ice
It
cream.
was
You
really
had
good.
pulled pork.
Ice cream with a view of the mountains.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. We're out of here. See you.